Matt, the spotlight on our state is getting a lot brighter because now the president is weighing in on these types of protests we're seeing pop up across our country. He tweeted just a little bit earlier today, I could put those right there for you on the screen to show you, talking about liberating states like Virginia, Michigan, and Minnesota. These are states where we've already seen these protests at state capitals against Democratic governors and against the stay-home orders in those states. This is a look at Minnesota today we could look at. This is the protest right outside the Capitol. Not a lot of social distancing going on at this rally, and not a lot of protective gear being worn by the people who showed up to this protest demanding that the governor reopen the state's economy. Similar scene in Michigan. The weather not as good over there, but the president is throwing his support behind these protests that we're seeing. A lot of the people out there, supporters of the president. And this is happening just a day after he had laid out this methodical approach to reopening economies state by state and leaving that decision ultimately up to the governors. So Governor Inslee today responding to the president's statements about these protests, saying they are encouraging illegal and dangerous acts, saying he's putting millions of people in danger of contracting COVID-19. His unhinged rantings and calls for people to liberate states could also lead to violence, saying we've seen it before. And now we're about to see a protest like this right here in Washington state at our Capitol in Olympia on Sunday. We caught up with the organizer of that protest.
We're not taking the position that this isn't a real public health crisis. The single position that we're taking is that the government does not have the authority. It is limited by the Constitution from mandating it, from using the force of law, using its police powers to force you to do it.
Tyler has said that the governor is picking winners and losers when he says what businesses can stay open during this time, what must be closed. Meanwhile, the governor is encouraging political leaders across the country to speak out against the president's support of these protests, while now facing one in his own state.